Hey, greetings from TenMarks. It's back to school time, and I know that there are many questions that teachers have, and many of you have told us you're super excited to use TenMarks with your students. For those premium customers, we are working very closely with your school and district officials to get your premium classes set up for you. And this is a short update for you as to what you might be able to do prior to receiving your final premium class rosters. During the first week or so of school, many teachers find it very helpful to use their demo student to model for their students what you're going to be doing on TenMarks. So here I am at www.tenmarks.com at my teacher account. And oops, I clicked too far there. I'm going to log in, and I wanted to illustrate for you how, if you have only last year's rosters set up for you right now, what you can do is you can actually create a class. This will be set up at whatever grade level you choose, and ideally just keep in mind that this class is going to have only assignment features, not the personalized features related to assessments and playlists. But this is a great way to introduce your class with a demo student to the core capabilities of TenMarks. So if I just call this my grade 4 practice or demo class, I can create a class that has just one student. Let's just put in a demo student and then click that you're done. And now I have a class called grade 4 practice or demo. And what I can do is I can click and check and make sure that the curriculum I want to be showing my students this year is appearing in the order that I want it. I can drag and drop it, and you'll see that the curriculum has the entire Common Core content for the grade level. You can see it either via album or standard view. And if you're going to be teaching, let's say, on factors and multiples, maybe that's what you want to put first. And then whatever order I've clicked this, and if I wanted to add content, I actually can add it from other grade levels as well. Maybe I want to add something from from grade 3, just to do a little bit of fraction modeling. Yep, let's add that. Now that is going to appear for me in my assignment playlist. So when I'm creating a new assignment, the purpose for this might be to simply demonstrate to the students what we're doing here. So I'm going to do one new assignment on just the 4.0a.4. I'm going to give my class a due date and preview this assignment. Keep in mind that when you're previewing this, it's not going to be the exact thing that you'll see with your student, but an approximation, and it will be the same problem types. So as you notice, we'll want to be reviewing with our students the fact that in TenMarks, in many cases, you're going to have to choose all of the correct steps. You're going to need to read closely what the problems are asking you. And it's really important that you see, here in many cases we're trying to get to the standards for mathematical practice, and this is a great conversation to have with your students about, when Sam is looking at these numbers, he says something, and then the students will have to choose, is Sam right and why? And then, just kind of creating this assignment. This looks really great. So if I click to assign now I have in that practice class one new assignment, and it's waiting for my one demo student. You can click here. I've clicked on the class itself, and if I click on the info, it allows me to cut and paste my information about the student itself. Another way to get the roster information is to click download roster. You'll do this when you get your real students in your real class. But a good idea is to go ahead and log out now and in as that student. And let's just take a quick look at the roster information that came across. I'm going to cut and paste that password here. And now you're all set to go ahead and model for your students what completing a TenMarks assignment is like. And it's a good idea to go ahead and put this on the board. You can show the students how they can take this little tour and how the system gives them more information. But most importantly, you can spend some time with the student going through the actual assignment with your demo student. Their assignments, once you have the full rosters, will be slightly different than this, both in terms of ordering of the question and because there are so many questions. But the idea is you can show them each of the different components, how they can get a hint, multiple hints in fact, how they can get a video or more than one video that will support them, how they can save and do later, how they make their answer choices. And one of the things that teachers tell us is oh so important. I'm just kind of skipping through this, this problem set. There are generally going to be 10 questions. But when the students are at the end of their 10 questions, they've made all their answer choices, it's really important that you share with them that there's this review button in TenMarks. And what that does, every student has to click the review before they submit their work. And the system's going to give them a score for their work so far. And it's going to tell them what's correct, partially correct, and incorrect. And because in many cases there are partial or there are multi-part questions, they actually have many opportunities to be partially correct. And they don't have to submit their answers right away. It's an important growth opportunity for them to go back and correct their answers. They'll only be shown those that are incorrect at this moment and given a chance to go back and redo this and then ultimately submit. So all of these things, teachers tell us, have worked really well to actually do a whole class lesson just with the demo student, and the assignment itself does not require you to have your full rosters set up and can be done just with a free class that you can set up right now. And then finally, I wanted to call your attention to help.tenmarks.com. All of the short little videos and interactive guides here are extremely helpful if you forget how to do a particular thing, but they're also very useful when you're first introducing TenMarks to your students. So when you click on, for instance, how to use TenMark as a student, there's both an interactive guide with little things that you can roll your mouse over and click to see what's going on with each of the specific features, or you can actually click on this video lesson and play this for your students and have TenMarks actually for a 5-minute overview introduce the students to the actual screen. I hope that this has been helpful because in many cases I know you've gone through some early professional development and are anxious to get started with TenMarks in your classroom. And what I've just shown you, I hope, can be a good tool for you when you're thinking of first week classroom activities and you may not quite yet have your full student rosters set up for you in your premium classes. We're working closely with the districts to make this happen quickly, but hopefully this gives you some things you can do right now. And if you have any questions, go to help.tenmarks.com. We'd love to hear from you and answer any additional questions or concerns that you have. And welcome back to school.